Hey,
Hello
hey.
everyone, my name is Abdullah Marketing Wala and I am student of Rehan College, and today our topic is how to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself on. So we are again with Maya, Sisam Maya. Thank you so much Maya for joining me today.
Hey, Abdullah. Nice to be back with you. Self-compassion and forgiveness is a good topic. What made you want to focus on that today?
Okay, Maya, my first question is what does self-compassion mean in simple word?
It's basically treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding you'd show a good friend who's going through a rough patch. Instead of being your own worst critic, you're your own ally. It's about recognizing everyone struggles sometimes, and you deserve to be treated gently through it.
Okay, Maya, my second question is why do people often find it hard to forgive themselves?
I think it comes down to a few things. We often hold ourselves to ridiculously high standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. Sometimes there's guilt or shame over something we did or what we think we should have done differently. Other times it's just easier to stay stuck in the regret rather than dealing with the uncomfortable feelings of actually working through whatever happened. Does that land with you?
Okay, very great answering. My next question is how is self-compassion different from self-pity or making excuses?
Um, that's a smart question. They can feel similar at first. The difference is in the response. Self compassion is recognizing suffering and wanting to ease that discomfort. Self pity is dwelling on the suffering and feeling like you're the only one going through something awful. Excuses are deflecting responsibility rather than owning whatever happened. Self compassion is about acknowledging pain without getting lost in it or shifting blame.
Okay, my next question is what are the emotional effect of being too hard on yourself?
Plenty. Long term self criticism creates stress. You're basically keeping yourself in a state of fight or flight. And that can lead to anxiety, depression, exhaustion, and lower self esteem. You get less resilient, make it harder to take risks, damage relationships. It creates this cycle where the more you beat yourself up, the harder everything becomes. It's draining, for real.
Okay, my next question is Maya, how can self-talk influence self-compassion and self-forgiveness?
Self talk is like your inner voice, and it's wildly powerful. If that inner voice is a bully, no wonder you have trouble being kind to yourself. But if you start changing that script, challenging those harsh judgments, talking to yourself like you would a friend, it literally changes your brain over time. Shifting from I'm so stupid to everyone makes mistakes or okay, what can I learn from this is huge.
Okay, my next question is what are some practical ways to practice self-compassion daily?
Small things add up. Start with noticing when you're being really hard on yourself and just pausing. Treat yourself to small moments of kindness, a nice bath, your favorite coffee, spending time in nature. Practice self soothing touch, like wrapping your arms around yourself when you're upset. Some people write themselves letters from the perspective of a kind friend. Basically, find ways to nurture yourself like you would someone you care about.
Okay, my next question is how can people learn to forgive themselves from past mistakes?
It's not always a clean break, it's usually more of a process. First, you've got to really own what happened without getting lost in shame. Then you have to realize that holding on to regret is hurting you now, not changing the past. Maybe make amends where you can. That might be a phone call to someone you hurt, or personal commitment to not repeat the pattern. And then you have to actively work on letting it go. Maybe even telling yourself, I forgive myself for this out loud a few times.
Okay, my next question is, what role does mindfulness play in self compassion?
Mindfulness is actually huge. It's about paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without getting wrapped up in judgment. When you're mindful, you can see your inner critic for what it is, just thoughts, not facts. Then you can respond with more kindness and acceptance instead of automatically believing all those harsh stories you tell yourself. It gives you that space to choose how you react rather than just being swept away by emotion.
Okay, my next question is, how can self compassion help during failure or difficult times?
Honestly, it's a lifeline. Failure feels so much less crushing when you're not piling onto the disappointment with self blame. Self compassion allows you to accept that difficult times are part of life. Everyone experiences them. It gives you the courage to try again without being paralyzed by fear of repeating mistakes. The mental breathing room it provides lets you see things clearly instead of spiraling into negativity.
Okay, Maya, you are very great answering. Thank you very much. My next question is, how does forgiving yourself improve mental health and confidence?
Forgetting yourself over time literally rewires your brain to be less reactive and more positive. Your self worth starts from the inside out. When you stop punishing yourself for being human, you slowly cultivate peace. That translates directly to better mental health and overall confidence. It gets easier to face uncertainty and build meaningful relationships. Forgiveness becomes this feedback loop where it fuels self acceptance and self compassion and builds emotional regulation over time. This is a really powerful thing when you think about it.
Okay, Maya, my next question is, what advice would you give to someone struggling with guilt or regret?
First off, know you're not alone. Almost everyone wrestles with that. I'd say be gentle with yourself. Whatever caused the guilt probably really mattered to you. Focus on what you learned from the situation and whether you can make amends where needed. Accept that some things can't be changed, your reaction to them can be. And if it keeps you stuck, well, therapy helps sort through deeper trauma patterns. But honestly, start small. What's one tiny act of kindness you can show yourself right now?
Okay, Maya, my last question is, what final message would you like to share about treating yourself and with kindness?
Look, we are all works in progress. It's okay to stumble, to make mistakes, to not be perfect. Real strength isn't about being unflawed, it's about extending yourself the same grace you'd offer anyone else who is just doing their best. Kindness isn't weakness, it's actually the most courageous thing you can do for yourself. Give yourself permission to be gentle, to heal, and to move forward with self respect.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Maya, for joining me today. And I'm very learned from this topic. Today, our topic is how to practice self compassion and forgive yourself on. And I hope the viewer is very learned from this topic. And what final message would you give to someone who watched this video?
You're so welcome, Abdullah. It was great diving into this with you. To everyone watching, be kinder to yourselves. Seriously, treat that inner voice with the same care you would a friend. You deserve your own love and understanding. It makes all the difference.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please like, share, and comment this video. Take care yourself. Allah Hafiz.